I was gonna do something completely different today, and then I remembered, oh yeah, tomorrow's the draft. So today, we are going to be doing my final mock draft of this offseason, and this is going to be fully predictive. I'm going to do trades, I'm going to do whatever I can come up with, whatever I think could happen. So this is going to be a super interesting one, maybe some controversial picks or opinions, I don't know, we'll see. But I don't want to waste much time, so be sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoy it. Be sure to subscribe because I'm going to start doing a lot of fun stuff on this channel, similar stuff to my main channel. So if you want to be one of the first 1,000, 1,500 subscribers, I don't know how many we have over here, then be sure to subscribe. And actually, I'm gonna ask the question of the day here at the beginning of the video. What is one surprising first round pick you think could happen? Either a player that you think could go in the first round that would be surprising, or just a surprising pick, like a team taking a first round player that you wouldn't expect. Let me know that down in the comments. But without further ado, let's get straight into my final mock draft of the year. Now with the first pick, I mean, what do you think we're doing? Caleb Williams. There isn't really much I could say. The only thing is, I have said this before, it seems like most people's biggest concern with Caleb Williams is that he's a little fruity, a little zesty, which is stupid to begin with, but extra stupid when you think, hey, who's the greatest quarterback of all time? Tom Brady. Who's the best quarterback right now? Patrick Mahomes. I feel like I've said this in a video before, but I'm gonna say it again because I think it's so stupid. If we're not taking Caleb Williams because he's a little fruity, I feel like people would never admit that's why they don't like him, but I see it brought up so much that I'm just like, is that really the reason y'all don't like him? He's a really, really, really good quarterback. And if a little fruity is your biggest concern with him, then we're not getting Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. You would be a horrible GM. That's all I wanted to say about that. And now number 2, I've seen Drake May rumors for the Commanders, which I would maybe like a little more, but I still just feel like they're gonna go with Jaden Daniels. Maybe I'm wrong. I like Jaden Daniels a lot. I feel like he needs a good situation like the Vikings or, I don't know, I guess the Bears, but they're gonna go Caleb Williams, I would hope. So we'll see what happens. I don't know how much I would love the Jaden Daniels pick. Again, not because I don't like him, I just worry that the team isn't good enough around him. But the Patriots at number 3, I thought about a trade down here, but I know how quarterback hungry teams get, whether they're ready or not, so we're gonna go Drake May. Again, I think you should take Marvin Harrison Jr. here, but I think it's going to be Drake May. I would feel a little better about him in a bad situation than Jaden Daniels because he's dealt with a bad situation, or at least not great, in North Carolina last year, so he's a little more used to it, but I don't know, we'll see what happens. And now this is really where we're starting to feel a trade up. I think we're gonna do it. It's either this pick or the Chargers at number 5. The Cardinals really don't need that many more picks though. They already have a ton. I'm sure I could definitely see a trade up happening though if a team really, really likes JJ McCarthy. We'll trade up here. Too much. It's probably going to be more than this. Well, whatever. I don't know how much the Vikings would have to give up, but it would probably be more than just these 2 picks. Just to make this go through, we're going to have to do a 1 and a 5 from the Cardinals for 11 and 23 from the Vikings. And we are going to take JJ McCarthy. I'm not the biggest JJ McCarthy fan in the world, but this is a very good landing spot with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, a good O-line, Aaron Jones. Like, this is one of the better landing spots in recent memory, other than maybe the Bears, but they're close. If you couldn't tell, I'm a big landing spot believer, for quarterbacks at least. The reason we get guys like Zach Wilson is because they get thrown into horrible situations, coming from pretty good ones. But this makes the number 5 pick super easy for the Chargers. It's going to be Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, that receiving core is not very good. They have like 4 or something, or at least they did at one point. We're going to take Marvin Harrison Jr., and that makes things super easy for the Giants, Malik Neighbors. And that makes things super easy for the Titans, Joe Alt. Not really even thinking about any trade downs there. I mean, those are big needs for all 3 of those teams back to back to back. Now, this is where we start thinking again. It could be a corner, I guess. It could be Roma Dunze if they really like him. Well, probably not. They did just pay Darnell Mooney, so I would say probably not. We'll just take Dallas Turner. Dallas Turner isn't my favorite pass rusher here. I like Leatu Latu. I almost like Jared Verse more than Dallas Turner. It's very close, but I still think it's gonna be Dallas Turner. You never really know though. That also, now that I think about it, that very well could be a trade down spot. Same with the Bears here at number 9. We could see the Cardinals trading back up for a receiver? That would actually make a lot of sense. Is that what they did last year? Did they trade down and then back up, or did they trade back twice? I can't remember. Because they had what, pick 2 or pick 3, then they traded back to like 12 and then back up to 6 for Paris Johnson. Should we do that in back-to-back years for Roma Dunze? It's just, do I think that would actually happen? I don't know. You know what? Let's do it. It's fun. I don't think I've really ever seen this before. I hate how once you pick a pick, it doesn't let you unselect it. Is this all the picks the Bears have this year? I don't know. Can I trade? I can't undo this. How do you? Oh, you can unpick. Sure, a third round pick. That sounds about right. Let's grab Roma Dunze for the Cardinals. I don't know if this is gonna happen, but it does kind of make sense. I've been hearing the Bears want to trade down that number 9 pick, and the Cardinals really need a receiver. But at number 10, that makes things pretty easy. We're going to go Brock Bowers, the tight end slash receiver slash whatever you want to call him. Give Aaron Rodgers some pretty damn good weapons. Sounds like a plan to me. Now the Bears at number 11. This is kind of a tough one. I'm thinking I'm going to go D-line here. I just don't know who. They could also go Olu Fashanu. I could see Byron Murphy being the pick here. It's really tough to say. Look, if I'm taking this pick, I'm taking either Leatu Latu or Byron Murphy. I feel like it could be Jared Verse, though. For some weird reason, I could also see them taking, like, JC Latham. I don't know why. They're like visions I have in my head every once in a while, and that's one of them. You know what? We're gonna go Leatu Latu. It very well could be Jared Verse. It could be Byron Murphy. They might not even trade down at all. I don't know. But we'll go Leatu Latu. In my opinion, the best pass rusher in the class, just, almost had to retire due to I think, neck injury. So, not great, but he seems fine now. Knock on wood. Now the Broncos at number 12, we're just gonna go Bo Nix. I've seen that rumored a lot. Makes sense. I really don't think that they traded a 7th round pick or a 6th round pick down to a 7th for Zach Wilson for him to be their starter. Basically the value of a 7th round pick. So we're gonna grab him Bo Nix. And now the Raiders at number 13. I really feel like they're gonna do something questionable here. I just do. This is tough because pretty much all these players I feel like are worthy of going at this point or earlier, but we can't pick all of them, so somebody has to slip here, or like 4 out of 5. Do I feel like they're gonna like Troy Fautanu? I kinda do. I really think they're thinking O-line here. At least I would hope, because that O-line's horrible. Should I give him Olu Fashanu? I really could see him taking either JC Latham or Terrion Arnold or Troy Fautanu, but we're gonna go Olu Fashanu or Fashanu, right? I don't know how you say his last name. Whatever, we'll take him. I don't feel great about that one, but it could happen. Now the Saints here. We're gonna go O-line. I think we might go Troy Fautanu here. I do like him a lot. He's a really good pass protector, obviously. The Trevor Penning experiment hasn't really worked out, so we'll try Troy Fautanu. And now here's a very interesting pick. I've seen a lot of rumors of Cooper DeJean going pretty early, and the Colts pretty much do just need secondary in general. And you can play Cooper DeJean wherever you want, pretty much. So we'll take him here. Again, I could see him going even higher. Look, I'm not the biggest Cooper DeJean fan in the world. I like him. I like his versatility. I think he could be great. I like him. I don't know that I would take him this high, though. And like I said, he could possibly go even higher. But now the Seahawks at number 16, I feel like with how the board has fallen, I don't think they would trade down. I think they might. They probably will because they don't have a 2nd round pick, but I think if Byron Murphy falls, they probably won't let him go. But there are still a lot of good players on the board. I don't really like how the rankings are here. Like, it makes me forget about some of the guys down here because I think Jackson Powers Johnson could go in this range. JC Latham, Brian Thomas, and I might forget about some of those guys with them not being higher. I kind of wish you could set like a custom order or like a custom board. That would be kind of cool. You know what? I'm going to go with Terrion Arnold here. I do like Quinion Mitchell a little more, but I could see a world where he falls. I don't know though. With so many good players in the 1st round here, some players are going to have to fall, of course. But the Bengals here at number 18, I feel like they're going to go O-line here. It's just, do we want to go Fuaga, Latham, or Mims. They could also go corner, but I kind of like their corner group, and I feel like they're fine with their corner group. You know, Cam Taylor-Britt, DJ Turner. The depth is pretty not great, though. But they do have Dax Hill. He has corner versatility. I don't know. I think their secondary's fine. Could also go receiver. I think, here's something interesting. I think T. Higgins could be a draft day trade. They didn't extend him, did they? I don't think they did. No. Sometimes I miss extensions for some reason. I don't know why. So if he is a draft day trade, then they definitely could go receiver. But we are going to go, I think it could be JC Latham. Now we'll go Fuaga. I think it's, I don't know. We'll go Latham. I think Latham is going to go first. I kind of like Fuaga more, but, you know, I think Latham could have like the Tyler Smith career trajectory where he starts out as a guard and then moves to tackle. Like the Bengals do have Orlando Brown and Trent Brown, but I don't know how long they're going to have them for. I think either Latham or Fuaga could play that, you know, Tyler Smith role, if that's what you want to call it, where they start as a guard and then move to tackle. But the Rams at 19, I feel like this could be a surprising, like, Chop Robinson pick. I do like him a lot, but God, Quinion Mitchell is still available too. It's either him or Jared Verse. Neither should still be available, but like I said, there are a lot of good players here, so it's tough. No, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go Jared Verse here, and we are gonna go Quinion Mitchell here to the Steelers. I don't know how good I feel about Talise Fuaga still being here, though. I'm not sure if the Steelers will be the team, but I feel like Quinion Mitchell could definitely go a lot later than people will expect. I don't think he should, but I think he could. And at number 21, I think we're actually gonna go with Jackson Powers Johnson. Another possible trade back, because there are a lot of players in this range that they could take. So yeah, we'll go with Jackson Powers Johnson here, and then the Eagles on the board. I mean, we know they like to take best player available. They do pretty desperately need corner, though. I do like the Isaiah Rodgers unsuspension. He was really good for the Colts, but yeah, let's go with Nate Wiggins, best corner available. For the Cardinals, let's go Kool-Aid McKinstry. For the Cowboys, I'm either thinking Fuaga or Thomas or Newton. God, there are still so many good players available. Also, I kind of just glossed over the Kool-Aid McKinstry pick. The Cardinals are really desperate for corner, arguably more desperate than receiver, and I think McKinstry would be worth that pick. I've seen a lot of rumors of him falling to the Lions, which definitely could happen. We'll see. But the Cowboys, I really don't think Fuaga or Thomas are going to be available here, or maybe Amarius Mims or Jerzon Newton. It's just tough. Let's go with Talise Fuaga. Again, Brian Thomas probably won't be available past this pick. Let's go with Brian Thomas. I don't know if I feel good about it. I don't think he'll be there, but somebody good is going to have to be there regardless. Now the Packers at number 25, we're going to go with Fuaga just to get him off the board. It could be Amarius Mims because he actually could be available, but we're going to go with Fuaga. Very good run blocker, decent pass protector, you know, would probably start out as a guard, but their guard situation's pretty horrible, so other than Elgton Jenkins. I just mean right guard, and their center position isn't great. But the Buccaneers at number 26, with the board looking a little more normal, I really feel like they're going to take Chop Robinson if he's available. Jerzon Newton is another player that I feel bad about being on the board still. And Amarius Mims, but I don't want to take a player just because I don't think they'll be here. I'm going to go Chop Robinson because I feel like that's going to happen assuming he doesn't go before this. I'm thinking either Amarius Mims or Jerzon Newton. I'm going to go with Jerzon Newton. Very well could go with pretty much any O-lineman here, but that D-line still isn't great. I know they signed a lot of them, but no, like, stars there, and Jerzon Newton very well could be a star, even day one, so we're gonna take him. Now, the Bills at 28, we're gonna go receiver. It's just which one. I'm gonna go with A.D. Mitchell. It could also be Keon Coleman or Xavier Worthy. I also think they like Troy Franklin. I don't think they would take him this high, though, but we'll go with A.D. Mitchell. Now, the Lions at 29, I feel like this could be Roman Wilson. Well, no, probably not. It will probably be Kool-Aid McKinstry, but, you know, not available here anymore. The board just did not fall very favorably for the Lions with their need at corner, because there really isn't one maybe worth taking here. This could also be Darius Robinson. I know there are a lot of rumors of him going in the first round. Is that too crazy of a pick? I don't know. He is kind of their type, like a bigger bodied run defender. I'm going to do it. I feel like I don't usually love, well, I like the Lions picks usually, but last year I, didn't really love their first round picks. I quite literally said, Jahmyr Gibbs is probably going to be good, but I still didn't love the pick at 12. I still don't know if I love that pick because you have other good running backs. I'm sure that's going to make people mad, but I also didn't love the Jack Campbell pick either. receiver. They probably should have taken a corner round 1 last year and they didn't. We're just gonna go Darius Robinson. I just feel if Kool-Aid McKinstry isn't still here, that's what they're gonna do. Now, this is a pretty easy pick for the Ravens. We're gonna probably go Amarius Mims. The 49ers, I don't know why it still has the Ravens logo. There it goes. We could go Graham Barton, actually. I'm really not a Tyler Guyton fan, but I'm not really picking off of what I like, just, what I think could happen. And the 49ers really have questionable drafts a lot of the time. But you know what? I will go with Graham Barton. They just need O-line in general. You can play him at tackle. You can play him at guard if you want to, wherever. Probably not going to happen, but the 49ers are maybe one of the hardest teams to predict because they just kind of do whatever they feel like doing. But now the final pick of my mock drafts for the 2024 season, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Super Bowl winners. It's probably a pretty safe assumption that they're going to go receiver here. I'm not 100% though. It could be tackle. They could go Xavier Worthy, but they have Marquise Brown, assuming Marquise Brown stays healthy. They could go Ladd McConkey. They could also go Keon Coleman. That's kind of a type they don't really have. I mean, kinda Justin Watson, but Keon Coleman's a lot better. How are we feeling about Ladd McConkey to the Chiefs? I'm sure a lot of people would hate it because, goofy name, but Ladd McConkey is a very good receiver. I would feel bad about Xavier Worthy slipping out of the first round though, but I'm not crazy about Xavier Worthy. I don't know, if we're going predictive, I really feel like the Chiefs are gonna pick a tackle. That's actually what I'm gonna do. This is gonna be insane to not take a receiver here, but for some reason, I just think the Chiefs are gonna go tackle. I think round 2 they'll go receiver. Let's give them Tyler Guyton. Only 2 trades here, both involving the Cardinals. Definitely will be more, but this is my best shot at least trying to get most of these picks right. I don't like doing too many trades because I feel like they really screw things up because they're so hard to predict and they really change the order so drastically, but this is my best shot at what I think could happen, not what I think should happen, but could. So let me know what you think of your favorite team's picks respectfully. Again, I want to reiterate, I don't think they should happen. I'm just trying to predict, but I don't feel too bad about this draft. I feel like this is very possible for at least most of these picks. I definitely could also see Michael Penix going in the first round. Jerzon Newton, Talise Fuaga, Brian Thomas, and Quinion Mitchell are probably going to go higher. Same with Jared Verse. But it's just hard to say for some of these. There are so many good players in this draft, like I said. But again, leave a like if you enjoyed. It really helps out the channel. Expect something really fun coming out on Friday. A new type of thing for this channel that is very related to my main channel. It's going to be a full series, a long series. So subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe to the main if you like Madden-related videos. But thank you all so much for watching. I'm excited for the draft. I don't know why I keep forgetting it's coming up. But with that, I will see y'all again on Friday or tomorrow on the main channel, and goodbye.